Elite Facts presents
8 Dumbest Lottery Winners. We don't know about you guys, but are we the only ones who get the urge to punch a lottery winner in the face simply because we didn't win ourselves? We all have families to feed and bills to pay, and it's only natural to be a little jealous of someone else's good fortune, so we're fairly certain that it's normal to have these thoughts. You know what's worse, though? When an absolute tool wins a bunch of money and spends the cash like an idiot. Well, we're here to talk about the dumbest winners of them all. Here are 8 of the dumbest lottery winners you won't believe actually exist. 8. Ron Yerkes forgot his ticket. Okay, in all fairness, this is a pretty common thing that happens, so this is more about being extremely unlucky rather than being extremely stupid. Ron Yerkes was a former chaplain at a hospice in Illinois. Both he and his wife did a ton of charity work outside of their day jobs and would regularly buy lottery tickets to see if they would get lucky. It became so regular that when they did buy a ticket, they would leave it lying around on their desk without even checking it to see if they had won. So in November of 2012, when Ron cleaned his table to make room for the new computer he had bought, he found dozens of lottery tickets on the table. He decided to check to see if any of the tickets were winners, and it turned out that he had actually won $1 million 3 months earlier. While it seems that something like that would leave a bitter taste in their mouths, we say better late than never.
7.
Michael Carroll. So everyone has either heard about or knows firsthand one of those neighbors who's constantly messing around with car parts in their driveway while annoyingly revving up their engines and being a general disturbance to the entire neighborhood. Now, we're not talking about people who need to check their car if they come across any issues. No, we're talking about people who just do it because they think they've got a career as a member of a NASCAR pit stop crew or something. Well, Michael Carroll from Norfolk, UK, upped the ante by building an entire demolition racetrack in his yard. Carroll, a 20-year-old convicted criminal who won over $14 million in the lottery, decided that instead of purchasing land that would be more appropriate to build his track on, or, putting the money in a bank account, he would invest his money in a residential Norfolk estate, which he promptly turned into a 24-hour manslaughter-scale bumper car ride. Apparently, the dust and noise was so bad that the family next door had to start living in their bedroom, the last somewhat quiet place in the entire house. Aside from being exposed to deadly exhaust clouds for long periods of time, Carroll's neighbors also had to worry about him potentially starting fires whenever he felt like launching industrial-grade fireworks and emergency flares over other people's houses. Some homeowners did try talking to Carroll, hoping to maybe come to some sort of a compromise, but they learned it was hard to negotiate with a man whose hobbies included wrecking cars and attacking his own sister with a samurai sword.
6.
Alex Asok, the benevolent lottery winner, was rogue. Alex Asok was the proud winner of $500,000, and he used most of the lottery money to fund his NGO, which was into supporting sexually abused victims. Everything was fine for a couple of years. The NGO was very active, people were aided, and he was a lifesaver. Sounds pretty good so far. Well, things soon took a turn for the worst, as word started spreading that Alex was a sex offender himself on 2 occasions, back in 1993 and in 2000, when he molested 2 girls under the age of 13. Absolutely disgraceful. Shortly after this despicable information was made public, Asok was attacked by a few men who hit him on the head with a steel pipe, causing him some pretty severe injuries. He had done his jail time for his crimes, but why get the attention of the public by funding an NGO that involves helping victims of the very types of crimes you yourself committed? Was it for redemption? Well, if so, maybe come clean first, so everything is out in the open and people might be a little more receptive to it. Otherwise, it could look like maybe you're just trolling for more victims through your charity work.
5.
Jose Antonio Cuetak, asking someone else to claim the prize. No matter who it is, whether it's your best friend, your partner, your cat, your cousin's kid, your teacher, whoever, you should never ask anyone else to go and get your lottery ticket for you. Unfortunately, Jose Antonio Cuetak wasn't given this type of advice. Jose was a Guatemalan native who had been living in the United States illegally. He won the lottery in Georgia, but he feared that if he went to claim the money himself, the authorities might catch him and deport him, let alone not give him the money in the first place. So he asked his boss to get the money for him. His boss went and claimed all the money, telling the authorities afterwards that it was his ticket and that he had asked Jose to buy it for him. Welcome to America, Jose.
4.
Justin Reiter. Everything that glitters is not gold. We're guessing that this far down the list, you're probably going to expect nothing but pure stupidity. Well, you're right. In fact, you're more than right, because this guy was certainly not the sharpest tool in the shed. Judging from some of the stories we've included on this list, it's pretty safe to conclude that money does change people. It can change a person so much, in fact, that they themselves will attempt to turn their physical body into an actual vessel of their wealth. Now, hear us out, because we know it sounds weird and incredibly dumb, but Justin Reiter from Alberta, Canada, and a certified idiot, won an estimated $600,000. Now, he didn't seem like much of a stable guy to begin with, but nobody expected that he would do something so stupid that it would actually kill him. So, how did he die? Well, he died in an unfortunate smelting accident. The facts are as follows. Justin had a strange obsession with the film Austin Powers Goldmember, a parody of Goldfinger, one of the most critically acclaimed James Bond films ever. He got this idea in his head that he wanted to replicate the actions of the villain in that spoof, who had colored his man parts in gold. You're already guessing, right? Well, before he did the unthinkable, he painted his intimate parts with lead-based paint. It just didn't feel right, so he went the extra mile by painting the area with actual gold. Not long after the procedure, he passed away. Doctors say the cause of death was the lead-based paint. Why, Justin? Why would you do such a dumb thing? You had $600,000 in your pocket. Leave everything else in your pants alone. Not to mention, you could have at least chosen a better film to replicate.
3.
Evelyn Adams gambled it away. When you win the lottery, a lot of people assume that you're the luckiest person in the world, and we guess that's a fair assumption considering the accomplishment. However, that wasn't the case for Evelyn Adams, despite the fact that she managed to win the lottery in New Jersey twice in successive years in the mid-1980s. At that point, many felt it was undeniable. She was the luckiest person in the world. Her total winnings were around $5.4 million. However, Evelyn pushed her luck way too far and lost almost all of her money while gambling in Atlantic City. She was also pretty generous when it came to handing out money and simply gave it away to anyone that asked her for some. And don't get us wrong, being charitable isn't a bad thing, just depends on who the people were that she was handing the money out to. I know it wasn't me. Evelyn Adams is now broke and lives in a trailer. Lucky indeed.
2.
Callie Rogers, too much, too soon. Callie Rogers was only 16 when she won the lottery in England, and it definitely looks like it was a case of having too much too soon. The story is a damn shame, really, as she had her whole life ahead of her. The teenager immediately decided to get breast implants after she won. She purchased a number of homes and other various properties, and as you might expect for someone of her age who comes into a large sum of money without the maturity to know how to handle it, got addicted to drugs. She went on luxurious vacations and didn't care about the money she spent. Callie had won $3 million, and she blew through all of her winnings in just 6 years. Once all of her money was gone, she went back to living with her mom and tried to commit suicide twice. It's a damn shame her life went to hell so early, but that's what happens when you get too much way too soon.
1.
John Ross Jr., car theft. A Honda Civic? Seriously? Okay, so this story is as follows. When John Ross Jr. won $2 million in the California lottery in 2012, he announced that the first thing that he would do with the winnings would be to purchase his own car. Admittedly, that's a very reasonable first purchase. I mean, it makes sense, as he was already 29 years old and he regretted the fact that he had never owned a vehicle in his life. So, hey, why not? That's the story, over and done with, right? Wrong. Only 3 months after winning the lottery, he was implicated in a stolen car case. Ross was accused of helping to repair and hide a vehicle that had been stolen by Skilla Ann Hickman. The car in question was a Honda Civic. Again, you could have bought any car you want with $2 million you had won. Why boost a Honda Civic? They're not bad cars, but why not steal a BMW or something? Or better yet, like we said, just buy it. You got the money. It's just plain stupid. And that's our list. Did we leave any dumb lottery winners out that you know about? Well, let us know in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe and tap that bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.